Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV. I'm Vedant Agarwal. Our lead story, well, it's day 7 of the rescue operations in Uttarakhand. It's been more than 150 hours and multiple labourers have been trapped under the debris in Uttarkashi. Multiple plans have failed as well. There were several machines that were flown in from the national capital, but lapses are being reported as well. There was an escape tunnel that was supposed to be built, but actually, as per reports, that was never built at all. Now, after the visit of a high-level team, a PMO team, it's been decided that there will be drilling from 4 sides. My colleague Kishore Rawat is on ground zero and he breaks it down for us as to what the plan is going ahead.
शुक्रवार से ड्रिलिंग मशीन का काम नहीं चल रहा है। वजह अंदर लैंडस्लाइड हुआ था और कुछ तकनीकी कारण के कारण काम नहीं हो पाया है। लेकिन प्रधानमंत्री के पूर्व सलाहकार भास्कर खुर्बे और प्रधानमंत्री के डिप्टी सेक्रेटरी मंगलेश घड़ियाल पहुंचे और उन्होंने यहां पर अधिकारियों की मीटिंग ली और पूरे इलाके का दौरा किया और इस नतीजे पहुंचे हैं कि इस पर 5 तरीके से टनल में ड्रिल किया जाएगा। पहला, ये सामने सिलक्यारा टनल से ड्रिल किया जाएगा। दूसरा, जो सामने सबसे बड़ा काम जो शुरू हो चुका है, वो सामने पोकलैंड मशीन काम शुरू कर दिया, वो सड़क बना रही है और वर्टिकल ड्रिल किया जाएगा। इसके अलावा बरकोट, जहां पर इस टनल ने मिलना था, वहां से भी ड्रिल किया जाएगा। इस टनल के हॉरिजॉन्टल यानी इस साइड और इस साइड यानी राइट और लेफ्ट साइड से दोनों जगह से भी ड्रिल किया जाएगा। इसमें एक्सपर्ट्स ने एक राय दी है कि यहां से खतरा ज्यादा है क्योंकि तेजी से मलबा नीचे आ रहा है, इसलिए ड्रिल दोनों तरफ से किया जाए। हॉलैंड से एक मशीन आनी है, उसमें भी करीबन 16 से 17 घंटे लग सकते हैं और जो ड्रिल करेगी वो भी लगभग यही समय है कि 16 से 17 घंटे वो ड्रिल करेगी। उसके लिए सड़क बनाई जा रही है और लगातार काम किया जा रहा है। इसमें सतत जल विद्युत परियोजना, NHPC, NHI, DCL, इसके अलावा ONGC, ऋषिकेश कर्णप्रयाग रेल लाइन के एक्सपर्ट्स और PWD तमाम जो जुट गए हैं एक्सपर्ट्स कि किस तरीके से यहाँ पे 5 जगह से ड्रिल करना है, कैसे इसको पूरा अंदर तक जो लोग फंसे हैं उनको कैसे बाहर निकालना है। लगातार सभी की राय थी कि इस पे लगातार डील किया, यानी 5 का प्लान शुरू हो चुका है और प्रधानमंत्री के पूर्व सलाहकार भास्कर खुर्बे ने साफ कहा है कि इस ऑपरेशन में 5 से 6 दिन लग सकते हैं, यानी 7 दिन उनको फंसे हो चुके हैं और अब ऐसे में 5 से 7 दिन उनको इंतजार करना पड़ेगा और जब इंतजार करना पड़ेगा उनके जो समय है बढ़ जाएगा। लेकिन उम्मीद यही है कि जो भी प्लान तेजी से एग्जीक्यूट करेगा और जो भी ड्रिल करके उनसे जल्दी पहुंचेगा उनको बाहर निकाला जा सकेगा। कुल मिलाकर सभी एक्सपर्ट और सारा पूरा तंत्र प्रशासन रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन में जुट गया है और उम्मीद है कि जल्द उनको निकाला जाएगा, लेकिन फिलहाल उनको 5 से 6 या 7 दिन इंतजार करना पड़ सकता है।
So, well, concerns also over the physical and mental health of the labourers trapped under the debris. But moving now to the other big story, well, in a controversial move, the UP government has banned the sale of halal certified products, and this includes food products, also drugs and medicines with the halal tag. The UP government, though interestingly, has made an exemption for exports. My colleague Tanish Punjabi is now live with us on the phone line. So, Tanish, give us a bit of a background, because the Yogi government was mulling this move for a long time now. Why has the government decided to ban, the sale of halal certified products?
Yes, Vedant, as you said, the move comes after a police case was filed against the company and few other organizations for allegedly exploiting people's religious sentiments to boost sales by providing, quote-unquote, forged halal certificate. So a case has been registered against entities such as Halal India Private Limited Chennai and several other organizations like that for allegedly exploiting religious sentiments to boost sales by providing halal certificate to customers of a specific religion. The UP government that is said in a statement. The complainant raised concerns over a large-scale conspiracy indicating attempts to allegedly decrease the sale of the products from companies that lack the halal certificate, which is illegal, the UP government said. So, the statement said that these companies allegedly issue forged halal certificate to various companies for financial gain, fostering not only social animosity but also violating public trust. Let me just tell you that there is no certified authority from the government that issues halal certificate. So these companies used to issue halal certificate, and this is seen as an action against them. So nothing, no product with a halal tag can be sold or stored or disputed in Uttar Pradesh except the exports of halal tag products. So as the Uttar Pradesh government said, a ban is imposed on manufacture, storage, distribution and sale of the products with immediate effect. The Food Commissioner's Office said in an order. Halal certification of food products is a parallel system which creates confusion regarding the quality of items and is not tenable under the Section 89 of the Food Law Safety and Standards Act. The order said, this is what the order says, that the halal certification of the food is a parallel system and it creates confusion regarding the food quality. So, as I told you, that move comes after a police case was filed. It was filed in Lucknow against a few organizations, a company and a few other organizations for allegedly exploiting people's religious sentiment. So, of course, this is being seen as a very controversial move. We have to see how the public reacts to it and what will happen after this.
Right, Tanish, thanks so much for joining us with all those details. And importantly, the government has also said that action will be taken against the firms in question. Now, moving now to the other big story. Well, Maldives has asked India to withdraw its military presence from the island. Now, this, of course, comes as the newly elected pro-China president had campaigned on the India out policy. It was seen as a foregone conclusion that Maldives will ask India to withdraw its military personnel there. Kadamini Sharma is now joining us live from the newsroom. Kadamini, so of course, this was, as I said, seen as something that, this president will go on to implement. But what is India's stand on this and what will effectively change on the ground?
Well, first of all, there are not many. The numbers of the soldiers are not many. There are barely 70 soldiers who are supposed to be operating India-sponsored radars and surveillance systems. There are some warships which actually help Maldives patrol their own special economic zone, exclusive economic zone. And India's soldiers have been present there for several years now. But recently we have seen that it was made a point by opposition to beat the government about this. And the demand was for the government to ask India to remove the Indian soldiers. So our sources are telling us that when Minister Rijiju made a courtesy call with President Moisood, then this fact was brought up, and now we are learning through our sources that the two governments will discuss the whole issue, and there will be some workable solutions for continued cooperation through use of these platforms. Now these platforms are there, the aircraft are there, but what is most important here is that we have to understand how these platforms or how these aircraft, Indian aircraft and soldiers who are positioned there, they work. Now, this is something which I am telling you now is on record in a briefing said by the spokesperson of Ministry of External Affairs. In last 5 years, more than 500 medical evacuations have been carried out by our personnel there, saving the lives of 523 Maldivian nationals. Of these, 131 evacuations were carried out this year itself. Another 140 last year and further 109 in 2021. Now, more than 450 multifaceted operations had been carried out to safeguard the maritime security of Maldives itself. So, these are the things which Indian personnel there are doing, and these are the things which help actually Maldives. So, there is an expectation that there will be some a workable solution. We just have to see how the government, the new government sits with it, given the situation, given the tilt towards China.
Right, Kadamini, thanks so much for joining us with all those details. So, well, Maldives asking India to withdraw its military personnel, though not many, as Kadamini pointed out. Now, moving to the big political story of the day. Well, in Telangana, the BJP has released its manifesto. There are multiple promises, including the promise of an OBC chief minister if the BJP comes to power. Uma has more details on the slew of welfare promises and freebies.
So it's in the name of Prime Minister Narendra Modi that the BJP's manifesto for Telangana has been released as Modi Guaranteed BJP Bharosa. They start off with saying that September 17 will be officially Telangana government will celebrate it, observe it as Hyderabad Liberation Day, and August 27 will be observed as Razakar Horror Remembrance Day. There is also going to be a judicial probe by a retired Supreme Court judge on the alleged irregularities and corruption. Mr. Amit Shah mentioned both Kaleshwaram as well as Mission Bhagiratha. He also said Dharani is something that they are going to be looking at. The other interesting thing is that value-added tax is to be reduced, and within a week of the BJP coming to power in Telangana, they say the price of petrol and diesel will go down. There is going to be laptops for college-going students. There is also something that they have on the lines of the Kalyana Lakshmi or the Indrama of the Congress. They are going to be having a fixed deposit for every girl child who at the age of 21 will be able to get a fixed deposit that is worth 2 lakh rupees. The other thing about minority, they said that the reservation that has been done on the basis of religion, that will have to go, and they've also said the uniform civil code will come into effect in the next 6 months after the BJP comes into power. The other interesting ones, of course, of the Ujjwala scheme, they have said that there will be 4 free gas cylinders for the women. There is also going to be small and marginal farmers in addition to the 18,000 fertilizer input subsidy that they are getting per acre. They will also be getting 2,500 per acre, of course, turmeric processing unit at Nizamabad as well. And they are speaking about the 1% loan that had to be given to women. Cow also to be offered to farmers who want it, and secondary and tertiary healthcare they are expected to get 10 lakh rupees. There is going to be a free journey or trip that can be given to the Ram temple at Ayodhya. That's what after the inauguration will happen on January 22nd, and there is going to be a separate department or ministry to look after Telanganites in the Gulf. So the double engine Sarkar, they say those schemes that have been stopped by Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao will now be implemented in full once the BJP brings in its OBC Chief Minister. In Hyderabad, with camera person Nagaraju, Masudhir, NDTV.
So, well, very competitive manifestos there in that keenly contested battle in Telangana. We'll take a short break now. There's more news on the other side. Welcome back. Let's get to the latest on the Israel-Hamas war. Well, satellite images surfaced today of innocent civilians in South Gaza trying to flee. So nothing is really safe. Nowhere is really safe for civilians in Gaza as casualties continue unchecked. Take a look at this report. Amid the ceaseless barrage of Israeli strikes on Gaza, Israel further intensified its raids on Al-Shifa Hospital, the besieged territory's largest medical facility.
אנחנו ממשיכים להעמיק את הפעילות המבצעית בבית החולים שיפה, לאתר תשתיות תת-קרקע, איתרנו היום עוד תשתיות תת-קרקע, ולאסוף כל פיסת מידע על החטופות והחטופים. כוחותינו פועלים כעת במרחב, חוקרים ובודקים את הפירים המבצעיים שאותרו בבית החולים.
According to reports, the Israeli Defense Force issued a warning for Al-Shifa to be evacuated within an hour. But the IDF denied any such order via a post on social media platform X. They say it was actually the Al-Shifa hospital director who requested the IDF to allow Gazans to leave the hospital. The director, however, denies this. All this while, Israeli strikes continue to hit residential buildings in Khan Yunis in South Gaza, killing dozens. Satellite images from South Gaza show citizens fleeing the region, which is supposed to function as a safe zone according to the IDF. As the death toll in Gaza keeps climbing, Israel has vowed to expand its operations beyond northern Gaza. Ideshan, Bureau Report, NDTV. But it's a great cricket carnival in Gujarat. Ahmedabad is colourful and vibrant as India is all set for that finale on Sunday. There's colour, excitement on the ground in Ahmedabad. Arun sent us this report.
इस वर्ल्ड कप में कोहली का नाम बहुत ज्यादा चमका है और अगर आपको उसका प्रमाण देखना है तो यहाँ देखिए। लेकिन ये सिर्फ इस बार की वर्ल्ड कप की बात हम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन इन्होंने 2016 से कोहली का नाम जो है इस तरीके से अपने साथ जोड़े रखा है, वो बेहद खास है। क्या नाम है आपका, कहाँ से हैं?
खुशहाली, अहमदाबाद से ही है हम, यहाँ से है।
बताइए ना क्या किया है आपने कोहली के लिए?
हमने 2016 से सारे पेपर्स में जो कटिंग आती है हमने वो सारी इकट्ठा करके रखी है, पूरी बुक बनाई है, ऐसी 3-4 बुक और बनाई है हम लोगों ने। यहाँ पे देखिए, ये देखिए सारे उनके सारे रिकॉर्ड्स, सारी चीजें हमने इसमें लगाई है।
अब बात बताइए, ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ हमारा इतना बड़ा मुकाबला है, उसकी क्या एक्सपेक्टेशंस है? क्या आपको लगता है क्या हमारा स्ट्रॉन्ग या वीक पॉइंट हो सकता है?
अभी टीम इंडिया तो ऐसा परफॉर्म कर रही है कि इसका वीक पॉइंट ढूंढना ही मुश्किल है, क्योंकि बॉलिंग लाइनअप इतना अच्छा है, बैटिंग इतनी अच्छी हो रही है, कोई ना कोई 100 मार देता है, श्रेयस अय्यर, ऐसा नहीं है कि एक ही खिलाड़ी पर टीम निर्भर है, किसी जैसे विराट कोहली पर ही निर्भर है।
Well, we've been talking to a lot of Indian fans, but now we have some Australian fans here as well outside Narendra Modi Stadium. Have you flown down for this match, or have you been watching all the matches?
Yeah, so this is our fifth match. Yeah, been here for a couple of weeks and enjoying it so much.
Which has been your favorite match when it comes to Australia's?
It's got to be Australia versus Afghanistan. Like, to be able to beat the stadium while Maxi did that, one of the greatest ODI innings of all time, if not the greatest. So, yeah, that was absolutely insane to be there.
And do you think the team had a rocky start in the beginning, but now they've finally found their ground?
Yeah, definitely. 2 losses to start the tournament was not a good sign, but what is it now, 7 or 8 in a row? So Australia looked good going into this final.
What are your expectations ahead of the match?
I mean, India looked very strong, obviously, but I think Australia, 5-time champions. India only won it twice. I think Australia always turn up for the big games, and India are definitely favourites, but I think Australia will give it a good shot.
And now know your favourites from your team, Australia's team.
I'll say Mitchell Starc.
Okay. What about you?
For this World Cup, got to be Maxi.
I come to you from Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad ahead of the World Cup finals. With me is Dharamveer Pal ji. How are you? कैसे हैं आप?
Doing well.
Okay.
What about you?
I am absolutely fine, and he has led the Indian cricket team when it comes to the wheelchair cricket team. So आप 12th man भी हैं, और how excited are you ahead of the final match?
I don't have word. How can we explain for? मतलब भगवान से यही प्रार्थना है, दिल से यही दुआ है, कैसे भी करके हमें वर्ल्ड चैंपियन भगवान बनाए। और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ है, जैसा हम प्रीवियस मैचों में करते आ रहे हैं और करेंगे, और जैसा वर्ल्ड कप में किया है, मतलब एक्साइटेडमेंट का कोई कंट्रोल नहीं है रहा। अब तो सिर्फ वर्ल्ड चैंपियन बनना है।
ऑस्ट्रेलिया इतनी बार चैंपियन रह चुकी है, तो वो कहीं ना कहीं कुछ डर या भय लाता है?
नहीं, देखो, ऑस्ट्रेलिया एक चैंपियन है, एक अलग टीम है, लेकिन जो अभी हमें प्रेजेंट में हम क्रिकेट खेल रहे हैं, वो हम एज ए लाइक ए चैंपियन ही खेल रहे हैं।
Well, prayers and cheer across India. Nobody can really beat Indians when it comes to cricket frenzy. We'll get you all the updates here on NDTV in the biggest coverage of the World Cup finale. For now, that's it on NDTV. Stay tuned.